Did you know a single sentence from Donald Trump has sparked a movement that's quietly changing where thousands of Americans choose to spend the rest of their lives? In early 2025, something unexpected happened. Something so unusual, it caught even his critics off guard. And the ripple effect? A wave of Americans packing up and heading not to Florida, but across the Pacific, to the Philippines. So what exactly did he say, and why is this suddenly the destination of choice for so many? Let's dive right into the full story. At a packed political conference in Maryland, Donald Trump gave a fiery speech on the economy and immigration. But buried in the middle of that talk was a comment that took everyone by surprise. He paused, looked out at the crowd, and said, "The people of the Philippines, they're loyal, hardworking, and when they want something, they make it happen. We can learn a lot from them." No punchline, no sarcasm, just clear admiration. For many watching, it was more than a compliment. It felt like a green light, a new kind of validation. While Trump has always championed a merit-based immigration system, highlighting Filipinos like this gave new weight to their reputation. And suddenly, the Philippines wasn't just a country on the map, it became a symbol of stability, simplicity, and second chances. It wasn't just what he said, it was when he said it. Right now, many Americans, especially older adults and early retirees, are feeling squeezed. Yahoo.com reported that the skyrocketing rent, rising healthcare bills, and the weight of living paycheck to paycheck have made the American dream feel more like a financial trap. For those stuck in cities like Los Angeles or Chicago, hearing a U.S. leader openly praise another country's people stirred something unexpected. Curiosity. What's life like over there? Could I afford to live better abroad? Could I really start over? Some didn't just wonder. They booked flights. For them, Trump's words weren't political. They were personal. Once people started digging into the cost of living in the Philippines, the draw made perfect sense. Data from Numbeo shows that everyday life there is dramatically more affordable. Rent in major cities like Manila can be up to 80% cheaper than in places like New York or Seattle. Even smaller towns offer oceanfront condos for under $500 a month. Groceries, utilities, and eating out all slashed by over half. Retirees and remote workers say they can stretch their budgets in ways that would be impossible back home. One former teacher from Boston put it best: "I stopped choosing between heating and groceries. Now I wake up to a sea breeze and don't worry about bills." The Philippines isn't just cheaper, it's more accessible. While many countries make it hard for Americans to settle long-term, the Philippines offers something called the Special Resident Retirees Visa, SRRV. It's one of the most flexible retirement visas in the world. Once accepted, there's no need to keep renewing tourist papers or exit the country every few months. And the perks? They're real. Tax benefits, investment opportunities, even the right to start a business. Applicants do need to meet some financial requirements, like a basic deposit and documentation, but compared to immigration red tape in the US, it's refreshingly straightforward. For many, the idea of living somewhere that says, "We actually want you here," makes all the difference. It's not just the paperwork or the prices, it's the feeling. In places like Boracay, Palawan, and Siargao, Americans are finding more than a place to live. They're finding peace. Mornings start with beach walks instead of traffic. Meals are shared, not rushed. Strangers say hello, and neighbors actually knock just to check in. The slower pace, the warm smiles, the sense of belonging, these aren't luxuries in the Philippines. They're part of everyday life. And for people burned out by hustle culture or feeling invisible in crowded US cities, that emotional connection is priceless. If this video is opening your eyes to something new, don't forget to tap that like button and subscribe. We break down stories the media overlooks. Real talk, real numbers, and real lives changed. Stick around, there's more you need to know. For many Americans, the fear of not speaking the local language can hold them back from moving abroad. But in the Philippines, that concern fades quickly. English isn't just spoken, it's one of the country's 2 official languages. From reading street signs to having medical conversations, ordering food, or even starting a business, communication is rarely an issue. Whether you're in a major city or a mid-sized town, most locals speak English fluently, especially in schools, hospitals, and government offices. This has given Americans an unexpected comfort. They don't feel like outsiders. They can integrate quickly, get things done with ease, and actually feel part of the local rhythm from day one. Loneliness is a real concern when you move abroad, but in many Philippine towns, Americans are finding something they hadn't felt in years: a sense of genuine community. Multiple reports revealed that there are thriving expat groups in cities like Dumaguete, Subic Bay, and Tagaytay. These aren't just social clubs, they're lifelines. People gather for coffee mornings, yoga sessions, beach cleanups, and even poker nights. There's always someone around to help you find a local doctor, a trustworthy taxi driver, or the best seafood market in town. Beyond the expats, locals often go out of their way to welcome newcomers. The Filipino spirit of bayanihan, a tradition of helping one another without expecting anything in return, makes it easier for Americans to feel supported, not just served. Of course, no move is perfect, and the Philippines has its own rhythm, one that takes some getting used to. Things move slower, appointments might not start on time, people are often more indirect, more focused on preserving harmony than diving into tough conversations. This concept, called haya, can frustrate those used to blunt, fast-paced American exchanges. But it's not rudeness, it's a cultural value rooted in respect. And once newcomers adjust, many find they actually prefer this more thoughtful, less confrontational way of living. Still, it takes time. You'll need patience and a willingness to understand before being understood. The Special Resident Retiree Visa offers amazing benefits, but getting it isn't overnight. The process includes paperwork, medical exams, and financial checks. Delays are common, especially during peak seasons or national holidays. And while the Philippines has modern hospitals and malls in urban areas, rural regions can be a different story. Power outages still happen. Internet speed varies widely depending on your location. If you're relying on technology for remote work or even medical devices, having backup systems like portable generators or mobile data can be a game changer. Understanding this before moving makes all the difference. The key is preparation, not perfection. For all its beauty, the Philippines is still a developing country. There are regions where poverty is high, and wealth gaps are visible. In crowded markets or public transit stations, petty crimes like pickpocketing can happen. Experts say the risk to foreigners is low, but common sense precautions still matter. Avoid dark alleys at night. Keep your wallet secure and stay aware of your surroundings. Some locals are also beginning to voice concern about the growing number of foreign retirees, especially in tourist-heavy areas. Rising demand has pushed up property prices in some towns, which may affect local families. The solution isn't to stay away, it's to be a responsible visitor. Respect the culture, support the local economy, and stay humble. When Trump praised Filipinos for their loyalty and work ethic, many in the Philippines felt proud. The hashtags #ProudToBeFilipino and #FilipinoExcellence started trending on local social media. Overseas Filipino workers, especially nurses, engineers, and caregivers, shared personal stories of resilience and pride. But not everyone celebrated. Some felt his words reduced an entire culture to just 3 traits. Critics pointed out that while hard work is admirable, it shouldn't be the only thing people see when they look at Filipinos. The Philippines is a country of artists, scientists, athletes, and entrepreneurs too. Still, the general feeling was that global recognition, even from a figure like Trump, gave voice to qualities that many Filipinos value in themselves. Skeptics often ask, is this just another internet fad? A bunch of viral videos convincing people to chase cheap rent and beachfront sunsets? But the numbers say otherwise. According to the Daily Tribune, the cost of living in the Philippines remains about 75% lower than major U.S. cities. And the rise of remote work has made it possible for not just retirees, but younger professionals and digital nomads to consider moving permanently. Freelancers, YouTubers, and online entrepreneurs are finding they can earn in dollars while spending in pesos and completely transform their quality of life. Yes, challenges exist, but the benefits are real. For people like Frank Wilkins from Ohio, this wasn't a vacation, it was survival. He moved out of financial necessity and found something even deeper: peace. This movement isn't about politics. It's about people looking for a better life, some out of need, some out of curiosity, and others out of a desire to live on their own terms. Trump's words may have lit the match, but it's the stories of real Americans and welcoming Filipinos that are fueling the fire. The Philippines offers something most people don't expect from a foreign country, a chance to feel at home. Not because it's identical to the U.S., but because, in many ways, it offers what America once promised: freedom, community, affordability, and opportunity. So now you know exactly what Trump said, and why so many Americans are suddenly moving to the Philippines. But this is just the beginning. Where are the people coming from? If you want to understand the full picture, don't miss our next video, 10 countries where illegal immigrants in the U.S. are coming from. Click on your screen now and let's keep this journey going. And hey, if this video opened your eyes, show some love with a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.